So in life, you make these grand plans and you think that everything's gonna go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC order, and it doesn't. So we're kind of like at a standstill. We don't know what's gonna happen. Thomas was, contemplating retirement, and then he announced it just out of the blue before talking to his wife, his agent, anybody, and said he was retiring this year. So we were like, oh, okay. Now, what's next? Thomas and I found out about the suspension during the off season. We were, ready, excited to go through with things that we had planned, stuff that we had planned with the kids, stuff that we had planned together, and our whole world just kind of went crashing down.
So I just want to take a few minutes today to share some news with you guys that I received from the NFL. I was informed that I tested positive for a banned substance.
While being out of town on a school trip with our oldest daughter, I saw the video that Thomas released about his suspension at the same time that everybody else did. And the only thing I could do was cry. I saw the emotion and the pain, in Thomas's face, and I know that was so hard for him. And when watching someone you love and that you're close to go through something like that, it hurts you. I watched the video one more time, and then I called him. And there was silence. And I said, good job. You got your message across, and I think people are gonna love hearing what happened directly from you. Our whole focus has now changed from retirement and what we're gonna be doing as a family afterwards to now let's just focus on these kids with school. And if, Thomas is blessed enough to play another year and come back, we're gonna be there to support him 100%. And right now, to get through these past games, past the bye week, and win, like make a run to the Super Bowl, like that's all we're gonna help him focus on right now. So I am so jealous right now of a particular person on the Panthers team. I was watching some nice footage of Thomas being able to go and help the guys, pack some boxes for charity after Hurricane Florence. And I'm watching Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis hug it out and smile at each other and look at each other like they had the heart, emoji going on their face. And I was like, I don't get that. When Thomas comes home and hadn't seen me all day, even when he goes on a trip and is gone for 3 or 4 days and he comes back, I don't get that. So I'm super jealous of Luke right now. They have this little special relationship. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how I can do the things that Luke Kuechly does to make Thomas smile like that. But Luke, if you have some tips for me, I'd appreciate it.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
So we were counting down the days until Thomas could return to the stadium. These consecutive weeks of him being home were different because he couldn't go to the stadium like he could with injuries. Like he could go to the stadium and still hang out and still get treatment, still see the doctors, do all of that kind of stuff. He was just here. There was a lot. So immediately after week 1, I'm delegating. I'm like, you're on carpool duty. Can you help do dinner today? I'm doing, all of this kind of stuff to get him out of my face. So they welcomed him back with open arms. He was so excited the morning, getting dressed, picking out his outfit. I heard all of this bumbling and jumbling in the closets. He was looking for the perfect pair of Jordans to wear with his outfit. I'm like, yes, I get the whole bed this morning to myself, and I literally spread across the bed like, thank you, Jesus, that Thomas is going back to work, because it has been a rough past few weeks.
The last few weeks for me has been it was extremely tough. Had a lot going on, and particularly outside of football. When you lose a parent, when you have your mother have 2 emergency surgeries, and not really, besides your family, not really have the guys that you depended on so much over the years to be able to lean on, it makes it that much tougher. So it's definitely good to be back, I can tell you that.
Dealing with a death in the family is always hard, and especially when you have other outside factors going on that you have to keep, going and have to keep moving with. The kids still have to go to school. They still have their extracurricular activities. We still have to take care of other people in the family that have stuff going on and help them out. So having my father-in-law to pass during this time was rough. You know, everyone grieves differently and everyone deals with things differently, and I think that Thomas has been dealing with this in his own way. Sometimes you do feel like breaking down, you feel like stopping, and you feel like saying, I can't do this, I can't move forward, or, you know, you don't understand the why, and you're questioning God, and you're questioning just period, the universe and what's going on. And we didn't have time to do that. We are still in the midst of everything that's going on right now. Life is a whirlwind. But we also know that we're truly blessed. We know that everything happens for a reason, and we know that Thomas's dad, my father-in-law, is in a better place. He's not in pain right now. He's not hurting anymore. And I know it may be tough for Thomas to deal with, but him being able to spend this time, you know, sitting right next to his dad, talking to his dad, I think was good for him to be there during this time that he was suspended.